So this is what a completed cardboard loom looks like when it's ready to be woven. There should be an equal number of notches on the top and on the bottom with some cut strings that we don't count when we're weaving and we're looking for our over-under pattern. So on the back, it looks like this. Sometimes we're going to have double strings because we don't have those, we don't count those cut strings. We do make sure that this is the end goal. And let's show how to get there. You'll start with a bare loom at your table. You should also have a skein or a roll of tough twine material. This is our warp thread. It's a lot thinner than you would use for weaving. And this color will not show up as part of your finished project unless you choose to have tassels. So this is the warp thread. You'll also need a little bit of tape and some scissors to cut it at the very end. So when you start this, you pull a little piece of tape and you tape the warp thread to your board. It doesn't really matter where, you just tape it. And now I'm going to set this up on its end so it doesn't roll all over the place. You could also have a neighbor hold it for you. I'm going to start warping my board. So this process involves taking the warp thread and pulling it through a notch. Then I flip my board over and I keep bringing that yarn to a notch that doesn't have anything. Then I flip the board over and I look back here. Now I do not count my cut yarn as one of them, so I go in that notch because there's nothing there, right? Right? Even though there is. We're pretending there isn't. And I come back over here and I look for a new notch with nothing. And I keep unraveling. No cutting of the warp thread. It's got to be all one piece. Okay. I look for the next bare notch. I go in that one. Even though it's on top of that, that doesn't matter. Then I flip the board over again. Next notch. Flip the board over. And on and on. Now here's where it starts to get a little bit tricky. I'm going to, so there's no yarn there already. Now I'm back on this side. Now at the end here, I always want to end on the same side I started. So if I know I started on this side, I'm going to go back into a notch I've already done, okay? Even though there's no yarn, there's no new notch, I'm still going to go here, okay? And on this side, this is where I'm going to cut my yarn and I'm going to tape it down. I'm going to make sure when I tape it that I'm not taping on top of the other warp strings. I can go underneath them or I can go kind of next to them. I can kind of scooch them out of the way a little bit and then they can go on top and that doesn't matter because this is a cut string. I don't count that cut string. So here's my board all warped and ready to go. One last step is to put your name on one of the pieces of tape. That way we know whose is whose, because sometimes it gets a little confusing.